Hi guys, my name is Stephanie, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today we're going to talk about two things that I'm very passionate about. We're going to talk about Konmari method of decluttering and minimalism. Now, I have found that there's a very common misconception that Konmari will turn you into a minimalist and that they are really the same thing. Konmari and minimalism, they will lead you to the same end. So today I really wanted to answer the question, will Konmari make you a minimalist? If this is something that you've wondered about, keep watching. So before I answer the question, let's start talking a little bit about the question itself. So Konmari is a Japanese method of decluttering that was developed by Marie Kondo, and she outlined it in her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and she actually further expounded upon it in her second book, Spark Joy. Now, the basic premise of this book is that you're going to get rid of everything out of your home that does not spark joy. So basically, you go category by category, take everything from that category, lump it in a huge pile so you're just overwhelmed by the massive amount of stuff that you have. And then you go and you touch each item and you ask, does it spark joy? If it sparks joy, then you get to keep it, and if not, you get rid of it. And once you've done that, you go through your entire home in categorical order, and then afterwards, all that's left to do is find a home for the things that you have left. It's a really, really awesome method of decluttering. And needless to say, you're going to have less possessions after doing Konmari than when you started. I personally have done Konmari through an entire time once, and I'm actually working through the decluttering process again so I can organize my new apartment. If you would like to see Konmari in action, I will leave you guys a link to my Konmari playlists. Now, minimalism is one that's a little bit harder to nail down and define because it's kind of a more broad thing. So when most people think about minimalism, they think about bare white walls, completely black and white, no little knickknacks or anything lying around, in a very kind of empty and sparse home. And while that certainly is a minimalist aesthetic, we're talking about minimalism and being a minimalist, that's really a very limiting definition. One really common definition of minimalism is a person who tries to live with a minimal amount of items. Now, what that minimal amount looks like is really going to depend on your life and your lifestyle and who you live with. So, you know, a 20-year-old bachelor is going to be able to have a different sort of minimum amount of items than, say, a family of 4 with 2 small children. When you're talking about Konmari and minimalism, both of them deal with the idea of decreasing the amount of items in your home. However, the big thing here is that your criteria is going to be different. For the Konmari method, your criteria is sparking joy. Anything that sparks joy, no matter how frivolous, how ridiculous, how little you use the item, you can keep. With minimalism, you're really taking it to kind of another level and thinking about, not does this just spark joy, but do I need it? Is it necessary? Is it really serving a purpose in my life? Or would I rather have the space that this item takes up, the time that is required to upkeep this item, the money that's required to upkeep this item? So those are more of the questions that you ask with minimalism, whereas the Konmari method is just sparking joy. That's it. If you really look at the end result of Konmari and minimalism, you will see that both of them, less stuff. Certainly. A house that is easier to take care of. Generally, it's going to be more aesthetically appealing because you're going to really, with the Konmari, you really are discovering what what really sparks joy, and we tend to kind of have one style or thing that we really enjoy. And so both methods really have that great benefit. But minimalism really is just more. It's more, and it's not just about things. It also takes over other areas of your life where you may want to minimalize your schedule. If you are overcommitted and you're busy every single night of the week and you're not getting enough sleep or taking care of yourself, you may realize, maybe there's a couple of things in my schedule that I can cut out so that I have the time and the space and the energy to take care of myself or spend time with my family or whatever it is that you want more of in your life. My personal favorite definition of minimalism is someone who is intentional with the items that they live with, the things in their life. And when you apply this definition to KonMari, it really kind of matches up a lot better than someone who just lives with the minimal amount of items, because that definition is centered around intentionality. When you do the KonMari method, you end up touching every single item in your home and deciding for each item, does it spark joy? Am I going to keep it? Or am I going to let it go? So in that sense, yes, KonMari will bring that sort of intentionality that you get from minimalism into your life. And so that's one reason that I would definitely recommend this book and the KonMari method to anybody wanting to start on a minimalist journey, especially if you are looking for short-term drastic results. Marie recommends that you do this whole process in no more than 6 months. And really, when you think about it, 6 months isn't a long time, and it really, really, really will help you get out a lot of unnecessary items from your home. Certainly not all of them, but it will definitely help you get pretty far through kind of your initial stages of minimalism. But again, I really feel like the criteria of sparking joy that you have in the KonMari method really just falls short of what you can get from minimalism, and just really considering whether you need something in your life. Now, minimalists do have things that you could consider unnecessary, because really, what is necessary? You need shelter, food, water, some place to go to the bathroom, and some clothes to wear. But most of us, we have more things than that, because we have other things that we enjoy in our lives that bring enough value to our life that they've kind of earned a spot. So like, for example, me, I enjoy makeup, and I have a makeup collection, and makeup isn't technically necessary for survival, but it really does serve a purpose in my life, and I really do enjoy it. And I have a very small curated collection that I use regularly, and it has earned a space in my life. Whereas KonMari definitely leaves a lot more space for those frivolous items that you might enjoy, or are just like to look at, the dust collectors and the knickknacks. Another thing that KonMari does not do is it does not address the influx of items into your home. She doesn't really make any mention of how do you keep your home from going back to looking like it was before, or how do you keep from the constant inflow outflow process. Where minimalism, I think it really helps you think about your purchases a lot more, and what are you spending your money on, and is that something you really want to purchase? Is it going to be a good purchase in the long term? And I I still enjoy shopping. I do a lot more just window shopping now than actual purchasing, but I do enjoy going and looking at things. I see things in the store that spark joy. I'm like, oh, I love it, it's pretty, I would use it, it looks fun. But the minimalism has allowed me to look at the item in the store, enjoy it, and then think about some more deeper questions like, is it still going to make me happy in 6 months, or am I not going to want it anymore? Is it a good value for my hard-earned money? Is it something that I'm going to want to, upkeep and maintain? If it's something that has an expiration date, and do I have enough of this kind of item already? Am I going to be able to use it before it goes bad? Those kinds of questions. And really, I just ask myself, is it necessary? And another question that I read on a blog somewhere recently, what would happen if I didn't purchase that item? And most of the time is, I'd probably forget about it in a few weeks and not think about it again. And if in a few weeks I'm still thinking about it, then I might consider purchasing it. The short answer to the question, will KonMari make you a minimalist? No, it will not make you a minimalist unless you take it that next step into minimalism. It's a great method. I definitely recommend it for anybody, want to be minimalist or not, because it will really help you clear out the clutter from your home. But you don't have to worry about having an empty home with a mattress on the floor when you are done with the KonMari method.